figuring out the YouTube thing. Alright, this is the first live for Prepared Citizens. This is completely random. You'll probably be seeing this in just a video. But, anyway, I was out here working. I thought I'd take some of you guys along, see if maybe there's some people out there that, have some of these Grizzly machines that use them for projects. So I'm Jay Addison, for those of you that don't know, I guess. And this used to be my tool room. It's now the machine shop because I have a couple machines in here. And I'm just going to be walking through just the process here. I'm actually working on the Picatinny mount version of the set mount. So the set mount I've already come out with for the M-LOK version, a very, very low profile mount that can support your tourniquet or gear. It works with magazine, it works with all kinds of stuff. You really just use your imagination. But big thing is it can hold your gear on some of that unused rail space on your AR, and you don't have to worry about heat melting the shock cord or the tourniquet because of the way I designed it. Having an extra layer of coated aluminum in there, the military grade coating, helps a lot too. That reduces the heat drastically to whatever you're putting on there. So, and I'm looking at the wrong camera, but that's how that works. It just allows you to run that. And you know, it's not for everybody. I designed it specifically for military and law enforcement guys, the guys that actually use their carbines for stuff. And I have heard countless times you can't have too many tourniquets. You know, I've heard that from various amount of situations. And you know, chances are, if you're using this gun for a gunfight, the very likelihood of needing a tourniquet is there. So my idea was, you know, I always liked having one on my gun. Some special forces dudes when I was in the military had them rubber band to their stock, and that was cool, and I did that for a while. But the thing I didn't like is when I'm a right-handed shooter, so when I would go, if I had to shoot left hand for some reason, that tourniquet would mess up my cheek well, and I was like, well, dang, that sucks. And then a few guys had a few different ways to run them on their slings, which I like a lot. Just with the plate carrier setup I got, when I would do that, when I would wear that plate carrier and go to transition to put the rifle on my back to do something with my hands or whatever, it would then get in the way. It would start getting hung up, you know, the tourniquet on the sling. So I wanted a way to avoid all that. But anywho, so I'm working on, you know, they're just starting out like this right now. I mean, it's just a little block of aluminum right now. Got another project I'm going to be working on for the aim points, the T1, T2. Now I'm going to be making spacers, and they're not done yet. They're still in the works. I'm still getting these parts squared up, but I'm going to make spacers for them that'll bump up the optic. So the guy that asked me about it, Combat Art Training, go follow that channel, great dude, Andrew. He asked me about it because if you put it on, you know how a lot of people like to run the really high optics. If you put this spacer in there, put on the lower 1/3 height mount, then you're going to have like that that size mount. It'll be tall enough to run with your night vision and things like that. So that's where that comes from. We'll be doing this soon, but really want to get these set mounts, get as much as I can knocked out on them. But yeah, got all this stuff designed. So by day, I am a design engineer and a dad full time. I do the firearms training, do the medical training. We make this stuff. I worked all day today. Took my kids to school. picked them up. Now we're out here doing this. But yeah, if there's any medical equipment you might want, or if you want to check out the set mount, got videos on it, and check out our website. You can definitely find out more about it on the website. So what we got here is this material, a 6061 T6. It's pretty industry standard for any AR parts. Some people, the only company I know of that uses a 7075 is Haley Strategic. And I don't remember who it is making, like, I think it's someone else that actually makes their stuff. But my dog's in here with me. But the 7075 is really overkill, to be honest. Especially if you get it coated. The coating I use on mine, and again, it's the same thing. Like Daniel Defense, BCM, Midwest Industry, all the big guys, all of them use it. It's the Type 3 military grade hard coating. So, very, very durable coating. But with the combination of this material and that coating, you really do not need anything extra. You really, I mean, durability wise, you're probably overkilling it, to be honest. So, go ahead and set my, let's see, we're going to 50. So right now I'm moving the head down 50 thousandths because we're going to make a cut. And I actually need to move it a little less. But we're going to be making a cut. This is going to be making the cut for the anti-rotation slot. That's pretty important when you have something, you know, that's going to be under a lot of stress. Dropping the rifle, dragging it through stuff, and see, that's another thing. That's the level I create these parts at, is, you know, to be used in extreme conditions. So I want to have some way to keep it from rotating, because this is a 3-piece. For the Picatinny rails, it's a 3-piece design. So, alright. And we're going to 0 our axis right now. So right now we're going to be zeroing the, let's see, we'll 0 the X axis. Actually, you know what, I ain't even going to worry about the Y. We're going to just 0 the X axis because for this, the Y is really irrelevant at this point. Now in a moment, when I drill the hole that's going to be for mounting the top piece, then I will have to 0 the Y-axis. That will be critical at that point. I'm doing this by sound. Normally, I have a what's called an edge finder to set all the axes, but in this case, I've done this for a minute, so I'm just going to do this by sound, and you'll hear it. You'll hear it make a sound. The tone will change. Move you guys so you can see the readout. So you can see what I'm looking at over here. So I'm watching this readout right here. Anytime you're going to be making anything that needs repeatability, you almost got to have a readout. You don't have to, but it just makes life a lot easier. Okay, there's my sound. So now I know where the edge of that part is. So now I want to make sure I got my math right. Probably should have used my phone for this, just so I don't make a mistake, because it's late in the day at 9:72, 375. So we're going to be taking off 3. Okay. Looks like we're going to be doing 3. I'm going to say 300 thousandths. So 300 thousandths, that's what most machine dudes, machine shop dudes refer as 0.300. That's 300 thousandths. The reason it's called 300 thousandths is because you got tenths, hundredths, and thousandths as far as the decimal places after the decimal. So 0.300, and you probably notice my print here. Everything's like to the third decimal place. That's pretty typical. So that's how I measure things. And that's how, if you go to work for any machine shop, that's how they're going to measure it too. Very good chance anyway. So I'm going to start at the top, run in, and then come toward me. Now this is totally, and this is funny because this mill is so small compared to what I'm used to working with. This is like a hobbyist mill, whereas I'm used to working with industrial size Bridgeports and things like that, like big stuff. So yeah, you can laugh at me all you want. But this is all I got. It's pretty cool. It runs on a 110 volt system, 120 volt system. So you can actually, as long as you got a 20 amp breaker, you can plug this thing in and run it. So it's pretty cool. And I ain't going to keep y'all for long. I'm just going to show y'all just a little bit. I was just really wanting y'all to see what I do. You see you got a distinct sound. That's a good sound. A lot of people do a lot of math when they figure out cutting speeds and things like that. And I agree with that. I can do that. But at the same time, I'm one of those, I'm kind of old school in this. I'm going to go 5,000 short, measure, and then recut if I need to. It's always good to measure multiple times and cut once. But I'm real old school. When I was a supervisor at a previous job, the guys that worked for me, they would kind of get mad at me because I would tell them they can't have their earbuds and all that stuff. And there's a reason for that. I've seen some horrible things happen in a machine shop because idiots want to listen to music, not pay attention to what that machine's doing. Now, if you're doing something that's not going to get someone hurt, it is totally okay. It's totally okay to wear earbuds if you're not doing something that's going to get people hurt. What's up, Tony? Yeah, I'm just working. We're working on the Picatinny version of the set mount. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I was just kind of showing people the machine and how I do things. I was showing them how to zero the x-axis. I got a ladybug that keeps landing on my vise. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if that's good luck or what. But yeah, we're just right now we're cutting the anti-rotation slot and just kind of showing people how the process starts. All right, ladybug, you're going to get away from the piece. You're going to get hurt. So we're going to kind of see where we're at. There he goes. All right. And that is pretty doggone good. That's why I always, especially like if you work somewhere where you run machines every day, you'll kind of get used to the tolerances and things. That's about where I want it. That's pretty good. I'm going to show you a cool trick. Well, to some people it may be a cool trick. Some people you may already know this trick. So I don't have the placement of this zeroed right now. I got this little, it's called a vice stop put on there. A lot of y'all have probably seen that. That's worked around these machines, but those of you that don't, and if you already got something in here and you see I've already measured this, and my other one, since I'm doing two of these, I'm going to do two of these to test them. I want to make sure all my cuts are exactly the same on both of these. So what I'm going to do is take this little stop, I'm going to put it right here. And this cut is going to be the same distance on both sides, so all I need to do is flip it. I got my stop in, put it very tightly up against the piece, tighten it down. Now I can take my part out. I'm going to flip it. So now we should have the same distance. Same distance to go. And now that way those cuts will be exactly the same. And I can even hit it right here. I actually may back off some just because I almost went a little too much. So we'll try it. We'll do like 90. We'll do like 10 thousandths short. Because this thing, it's a hit and a miss. It's, I've noticed on the X, it's around 3 thousandths, 2 to 3 thousandths. Some, I don't know, on smaller stuff, it can be a little tighter, but for this, it's about 3, which ain't bad. That's not bad. And when I say 3,000, I mean that's the difference of what I'm telling it to cut and what it's actually cutting. That's all that is. I know I'm horrible at explaining things. Y'all gotta stop me sometimes and say, hey, you didn't say that very good. What do you mean? And again, that sound is what you want. That's a very good sound. Well, let's check it. We'll check it before we pull it out. Look at me. I was just going to trust the cut. Man. We should be about 5 off of that last one. Okay. Well, that one actually did where it's supposed to. Look at that. Look at that. And that's why you got to measure. Okay. So we'll go in a little more. We'll go in. Oh, goofy. We'll get it right here one day, guys. Alright. Up a little bit. And... yeah. Okay. Alright. So we'll try that. But yeah, I'm just fine-tuning it. Just getting it where it needs to be right now. As you can tell, that didn't make hardly any sound because I was taking a very, very small amount off. Now I'm about to show you what this goes on. I'm about to show you. We're actually about to test. I've already got our set mount bars made for these Picatinny mounts. So we're going to see how much we like. I'm making these kind of wide right now because I don't remember exactly. Let me go grab one of the bars on the other one. How much I left. I don't remember if I made them a little big or a little small. I think I actually made these small, so I may need to take a little more on this. But that's good because this is our first cuts for this spot on the piece. And you absolutely do not want to take too much. Yeah. So we want to go a little bit more. Okay. And again, I'll show you in the camera what this is going to look like when we get it. So, I'll go just a little bit more. Just a wee bit. We'll try that. And then we'll flip it around and do it on the other side. And that should be right where we want it. And I try to keep everything within a couple of thousandths of my print. And y'all notice too, my mill's got just a little bit of movement. I got just a little bit of shim I need to put up under this thing. It gets on my nerves moving. And it, guys, this amount of movement, it doesn't take much. This is like literally, shoot, if I had to guess, probably 10, 15 thousandths. That's how much more shim I need up under there. It is aggravating, I tell you. Aggravating. But yeah, this kind of stuff, this machining stuff, it's kind of a hobby. So I've actually been a machinist for like 20 years. I actually ran machines for like 20 years. And right now I'm currently a design engineer for where I work. And I still program machines, but I don't actually run them anymore. And I was helping my dad at his machine shop, because I grew up around this stuff. He finally retired, sold off everything. I used to go over there and help him. But now that he's retired, I don't have anything to do. Oh yeah, that's good. Alright, let me get this out and I'll show you what this is going to look like. I probably need to deburr my bar a little bit. Let's see if I can show you that. And then I'll probably jump off of here. If anybody likes this kind of stuff, we'll do it again. But I just wanted to show everybody. So, alright. Woo! So here's the bar that's going to mount on top. And you got this little slot here. If I can line it up for the camera. It's hard on camera. So that is what keeps it from rotating. Once that's tightened down, it will not rotate. And that's what's going to keep the set mount on a Picatinny rotating. And a bunch of this material is going to be cut out. So it's going to be very close. I'm going to try to keep it as close as I can to the rail system, because I don't want it sticking off, because then you got to worry about hanging up on gear. And in my opinion, that's not something I would want to take with me to combat. So I'm going to try to get this thing to where, you know, you guys would be happy to plug it on a combat rifle. That's the goal. I'm not going to sell it if it won't. But we're going to get this one done. I get to work on these a little bit in the evening. Again, I work full time. I do a lot of stuff, so that's why I don't get as much time as I like with them. But yeah, if anybody's got any questions about the mill or anything like that, if you guys do machining, please let me know. I'm always interested in that kind of stuff. This is a Grizzly G0759. If anybody wants to look it up. And then by the time you get all your tooling, vices, shoot, I've probably got, I don't know, about $5 or $6 grand in everything. Probably one of the most expensive things is your measuring instruments, like the indicators and stuff I use to indicate the vices in, indicate the table, the head, all this stuff in. Those are really expensive. So, anywho, guys, this is how stuff's being made. Gus, quit. What's up? Don't be taking a bath right now, dude. My dog's acting crazy. So, just got back into woodworking and got CNC wood. That's awesome. Dude, you know, you would probably like what I do. So, I'm actually, you can look this company up if you want. I'm a design engineer for a company called Saber Diamond Tools. It's in Villarica, Georgia. And that's what I do. I design wood cutting tools. And I mean like really high speed profile cutting tools. That's what I do every day, is design wood cutting tools. So, and a lot of places, you know, that we do work for, they make custom cabinetry, doors. We've recently been doing a lot of laminate flooring cutters, all kinds of stuff. It's and it's diamond. We don't do any carbide tooling. It's all the diamond coated or diamond tooling. So it's very, very high speed stuff that we make. So yeah, you ought to check them out. I actually made them a YouTube channel, and it's on here. Oh well, yeah, it's YouTube. But I actually made them a YouTube channel, and I made the videos for the company. You ought to check those out. We got a new laser, and that thing's pretty impressive. It sharpens our wood cutting tools with literally a laser beam, so it's pretty wild. And a lot of it is EDM machining, if you know what that is. Anywho, yeah, it's I hear you. I Same thing like the Prepared Citizens. It's very small right now. I'm happy to say we've just started making a little bit of money, so that's awesome. But yeah, yeah, definitely. Those tools are pretty expensive anyway. It's you probably like with what you're doing. You probably want to start out carbide. Carbide probably do um, just fine for what you're doing, so you won't have to get too on tooling. But yeah, it's definitely fun stuff. I like to design stuff. That's pretty fun, and learning new stuff because that's never really been. I've always been into my dad's tool and die shop. It specializes in sheet metal dies, so stamping, and that's kind of where a lot of my knowledge came from. And then I ended up doing all sorts of stuff. After the military, I went and got my my machining diploma, bunch of certificates, and then I did the CNC technology and all that stuff. So yeah, that's awesome, dude. Keep up the good work. You can make a lot of money. Honestly, that's such a better thing. Like I did the gun thing just because that's what I'm interested in. The woodworking thing, there's so much more you can do to that, and like I love the woodworking stuff. Personally, like the American flags and stuff. There was a guy at work that was doing that for a while. He just kind of got out of it, but yeah, I love woodworking, dude. If you're making American flags, you can sell the mess out of those. Especially if you make a good one. Take your time, make a quality one. You can make some money doing that. Especially getting you a system down, all that good stuff. Guess I'm taking my glasses off since I'm not machining. But anywho, yeah, I appreciate it. If you guys like this, let me know. I'll do this again sometime when I'm doing some more. The next stage of this, I'm probably gonna get ready. I gotta go get my other kid from church. She's at church with her grandparents tonight, so about to go get her. I try to get out here just every little chance I get, do a little bit, I guess. But yeah, man, Tony, stay with it, dude. That's gonna be awesome. You're gonna have to show us some of your work, and guys, whoever does watch this later on, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and y'all have a good one. God bless. Bye, guys.